going to say, dude, this came up the other day, and now I'm thinking about like how the old blogs would handle it. Payment rings have arrived in Australia.
Friend of mine got one. Friend of mine got one.
Really?
Chick friend of mine sent me a...
Payment rings. Like a black band, like a ring, and it's got like your
account details.
Yeah, but like a tap and go. But you can use a ring now and just...
Yeah, after she showed me hers, I logged onto my bank to see what they have. They've got like wristbands.
Yeah, so what happens if you lose it and someone come picks it up?
Just like your card, you just report it lost and...
It's the same way. Like if you lose your card or whatever...
Digitally, you'll have to... Yeah. Okay, so they cancel your number.
Because I wanted a ring, like my friend.
I want a ring.
But my bank doesn't have them. They've got the wristbands, like the slopey, like the... You know, the rubber bands?
Yeah.
Is that what I saw on ANZ? I saw a commercial on ANZ. It was a dude that was wearing like a wristband thing. And he's like, I haven't got my wallet. And she's like, is that a...
No, that's
Fitbit?
that's a Fitbit. Your Fitbit has that information out too.
And you can just like tap and go kind of thing.
Would you use the ring?
Yeah, dude, I'd use the ring.
I want the ring, dude.
Yeah, I'd use it for sure.
Because I'm more likely to misplace my wallet than I am to lose a ring off my
And
phone.
I hardly ever carry cash. I normally just use my card, like tap. So just to have it without having to get out your wallet, just bang.
Yeah.
Easy, yeah.
It's the best. Yeah. I'm... Seriously, man? I'm like... People are like, oh, anyone could steal it. Yeah, but anyone could rob your fucking wallet as well.
You get jumped for your wallet.
People wear rings, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, no one would realise.
No. It's just a ring.
Just a ring.
Bank West Halo payment ring. You can get it through Bank West as well.
Can you get it through Commonwealth?
Oh, look here now.
I'm legitimately like thinking about transferring my funds to a bank that actually
It just
has
looks like a
rings.
normal ring.
It's just a black ring.
Black ring.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm legitimately considering transferring funds. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
See, and that's the thing, man. That's one step closer to being chipped, right?
Yeah, man.
But it's not.
Like, yeah.
Bank West, Commonwealth Bank of Australia.
Really?
Look at the top. They're a subsidiary. They're the
Yeah. I've got an account with Bank West.
Well, there you go.
They've got rings.
How to order? Yeah, you can order it. Getting your ring is simple.
That's it.
Get an eligible account, which you are because you're through that thing.
Yeah.
Size your finger. Just make sure you know your size, and order your ring.
There you go. There's my friend's
Order
one.
your ring sizing kit. That's it.
This is like a sort of opally looking one. Yeah.
I want one.
Oh my god, you can actually order. Fill out the form below indicating your mailing address so we can send you a complimentary sizing kit. You'll need to know your correct size prior to ordering your ring online.
Mate,
All you do is fill that out.
Get one for my cock. extra large. I don't need to measure. Extra large.
Size 17.
Give me the biggest string you have, and then add some by another inch. You're a dumb guy.
Whips his cock out and pays paywave.
I was just going to say, like, how do you reckon the old farts would go with, like, that ring, yeah?
Dude, my grandfather still fills out his checkbook.
Just reminded me, one of the last times I'd gone to, like, a supermarket or something. I was at a supermarket. I think I was in Oakley. I was in Oakley, like, 2-3 years ago, and I ran into the old man, just, like, walking through Oakley. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, nothing, groceries, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. And then he's like, I've got to go to Safeway. I go, I'll come with you. I've got to get something as well. So I went to Woolies in Oakley with him. We've gone to the counter, like the register, and he's put his credit card in, and he's punching, he couldn't remember his code, like, for some reason. Like, it was...
Just a brain fade.
Yeah, brain fade. Like, he punched in the wrong numbers. Like, oh, fuck, yeah, my code, whatever. Go, what are you doing? It's like, what? Go, give me that. I looked at his credit card. I literally took it off him, held it to the paywave, and just went, beep, approved. He just looked at me. He's like, well, fuck me. I'm like, yeah. And how long has that been around? I go, a while. Are you serious? He goes, yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I think communication's another thing.
The oldies wouldn't have a clue, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'd understand the concept, but I don't think they'd be accepting of it because, again, their whole thing would be, what if I lose the ring? What if someone steals my money? What if...
Yeah, the fear of all that sort of shit.
Yeah, they wouldn't accept it. Like, for us, it'd be cool as.
My mum jumped on board, like, because I remember I've been doing net banking since the beginning of time. Like, as soon as net banking was even around, and I learned.
Me too.
Yeah. And I just stopped going, and my old man wouldn't trust us. Like, oh, no. I'm like, all right, you go stand at the post office, you go to the bank, I'll just do everything now before I even have to leave the house. And then eventually, even to this day, I don't think the old man has ever been accepting of, like, online banking and shit like that.
Transactions.
Yeah, he just doesn't trust it. Because he watches too many current affair shows where, like, someone got hacked of their life savings. I'm like, dude, nothing, what's going to happen? If I woke up and all my balance things were at zero, call the bank, someone has fucking illegally hacked my account or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Cool, we recover the funds. That's it. Like, there's nothing else that can happen. You know what I mean? It's all monitored, right? Whereas my mum, as soon as she jerried on how quickly I could order and buy shit online, she would come to me and say, can you buy me this book? Can you get me this? I'm like, yeah, sweet. Here, done. Yeah. Bang. Where do you want it delivered? My house, your house? Yeah, done. Finished. You know, like, no questions asked. It's really weird like that. That's what I was thinking about those pay rings, you know what I mean? The old farts, would they be accepting of it? They wouldn't even figure it out. Like, half the time it's cash anyway. You know what I mean?
I reckon they're a great idea, dude.
Well, it says here, all you have to do is make a fist and hold it on the terminal to pay. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just hold the card up like you would a card.
In my case, I have to unzip my fly and then just flop it up onto the desk.
Yeah, but, you know, you gotta be careful you don't break the fucking machine.
Just smashes the machine in half, just like smashes the screen.
So, that's the third one this week.
I'm sorry, this happens a lot.
You're a dumb cunt, man. The fuck thing is you fully believe like what you're saying too.
True.
Oh, shit. What's happening, Bobby?
Yeah, where the fuck have you been anyway this last week? You've been quiet.
Working on your phone business?
Yeah, what's happening with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Hang on a second. You haven't told us your invention yet.
I thought the same thing, Malaka. I was going to ask about your phone business. I said, forget this phone business. Where's this invention? 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been nearly 2 years. You haven't told us.
We need to know.
And you said it on the first fucking podcast.
Like, I will beat you up.
Dude, you fucking said it. Literally, the first time you mentioned it, you're like, don't have to do any work. Just one thing, being a millionaire. That was your quote. That was your
still
exact
hasn't
word.
been invented. So we still.
what are
Okay,
you
what's
waiting
stopping
for?
you? What's stopping you?
I don't know.
Just not the right time.
Are you for real?
It's not the right time. I don't want to make. I just don't want to make millions yet.
Dude,
I'm not
years.
ready. I'm not ready for millions.
At least, just get
He's got no invention. 2 years we've been waiting for this invention.
I just made it up.
You did.
There's like no invention.
You did. I don't buy it.
What a weird thing to make up.
Dude,
Hey guys, I've got an invention.
Can't tell you about it. It's been 2 years. Can't tell you about it. Dude, I'm waiting for this fucking thing.
I'll tell you after the podcast. I know you guys are just going to rubbish it. That's why
I'm not going to rubbish
Why
nothing.
would we rubbish an invention that's going to make us?
Oh, look at
millions
you
of
with a
dollars?
big smirk on your face while you say it. I know
Well, I'm
you
the
guys.
troll,
I know
it's
you
different.
guys.
No, we're not rubbish it, dude.
I'm being dead set honest.
Dude, anything that can make you money, why would you rubbish it?
Yeah. You said, your words were, I'm going to make this and then we can do the podcast like every week and not have to go to work. They were your words.
So, why would we rubbish it when we're going to live
I'm
off you?
waiting for the way out. I'm fucking waiting.
Because you might hear the idea and go, that's shit.
Why?
Well, if it works, it won't
If
be
it's
shit.
it's shit, and you can make your money on your own. If I embrace it, I'll help you make it.
Yes, and we'll take 50%.
30-70.
Alright, 30-70.
Yeah. I mean, you
Plus
made us
royalties.
wait. You made us wait for all this year,
It's
2
true.
years. So you're gonna have to take a bit of a cut.
But what we can do is we can take your business forward.
Yeah.
Right?
No, dude, I'm being fucking honest. If you honestly believe you're gonna make millions off this invention,
We'll be your sales
then
department.
tell us.
I think it's a good idea.
So why don't we do it?
Now, if you knew this, would you go on Shark Tank?
Where? What are you going Shark Tank?
Would you
There
go on?
go.
Would you go on something like that? And like, obviously you'd get it like paid and whatever. But would you go on something like that if you really believed in your invention? Could you
rather-
sell it to them?
Probably.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta have more confidence
Like,
in
that's the
yourself,
thing.
dude.
I don't know, like...
What's the worst thing that can happen, dude? They're gonna be like, nah, fuck yeah, nah. That's it. Alright, walk out and go to the next one. Shark bowl.
fish tank?
Fish tank.
Fish tank?
Well, they only give you like 20 grand. Like,
$5.
$5.
More a eel tank. Yeah, I'll tell you guys after.
No, you won't.
Probably not. I probably won't.
You're a dumb cat. Yeah, hey, I was going to ask you.
You're such an idiot.
How did your VR goggles go, by the way?
Dude, I've got them. I haven't used them yet.
Why not?
I haven't got around to using them yet.
Why? You were like talking it up like I can't wait to fucking use these things.
I need some fresh Vaseline first. Nah, I just haven't... Yeah, they're just sitting there.
Dude, other than VR porn, what else is there in the VR world that you can use them for?
Games.
Like what kind of games?
Can you actually be in the game?
Yeah.
No, but what kind
Like the phone technology is shit, especially iPhones. Like that's the lowest of the lowest VR.
I've never used anything VR. That's why I'm asking. What else can you use them for besides porn? Like, as in, what kind of games are there?
He's buying them for porn.
No. I'm not doubting his motive. I'm just saying.
Mine's purely porn.
Like, have you seen that ad? Is it for Telstra? Where they've got that real take you further, fly you higher, fucking blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's got the old man reading a book to his daughter on an iPad.
Oh, do you believe in magic?
Yeah, that shit, right?
What if I told you magic's right here?
Magic? Do you believe in corporate branding?
Yeah.
Magic? That's the machine at work, my friend. Yeah, dude. There's an old woman, like an old Asian woman in that ad. And she's got the VR goggles on a roller coaster. Have you seen it? Do you remember in that portion?
Yeah,
and that's what
I've seen
triggered my head. I'm like, those are VR goggles. Who gives a fuck about a roller coaster?
Well, the full proper one, dude, like the Oculus Rift, you actually stand in a thing and you like feet are on like, it's like a treadmill sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you're actually walking, but you're in the one spot, so you can't run into a wall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like full immersed in it. Like you're walking around in the game, you got a gun, like...
You know what I don't understand about that, though? Like, the woman in the roller coaster, yeah? They say you can't go on a roller coaster unless you're this high, and you better not suffer from like heart palpitations, you better not be pregnant, or like, yeah, there's always a list of shit, you know, like to avoid it. But the simulation of the roller coaster is still the same, so it would cause you the same alleviated heart signals, like the adrenaline and shit running through you. So that old woman, what's the pros and cons of like putting her in a VR roller coaster? She's still going to feel like she's fucking terrified. Do you know what I mean? Just take her to Luna Park and get her on a roller coaster. How hard is it? That's what I didn't understand. Like, a lot of these simulators, they're just simulating life. Why? Just go outside and go for a walk.
Do more. You can shoot people. You can do what you always wanted to do and kill people, but not for real.
I love how that's the extreme fantasy. Like, you could kill people. Where it's not that hard. We punish people for doing that. It makes no sense. Like, and that's why I always say, like, people... Do you ever have any mates like that their sick, demented fantasies would always be, like, blowing people away? Dude, move to Djibouti. Go join the fucking Foreign Legion if you want to blow people away. Go to El Salvador.
ISIS?
Yeah. Go join ISIS if you want to blow people away. I always was wary of cunts like that. Like, I'd fucking blow everyone away. I'm like, then move to somewhere where they do that and you can experience your fantasy I
know a lot of people that hate everyone.
That's different. That's just self-loathing.
People think I hate everyone. I don't.
No, they literally say to me, I hate everybody.
What do these people do? No, I'm being honest. Like, people that have literally said those words to you, what do they do with themselves?
Careers or...
Yeah.
Yeah, just normal, like, whatever. My sister was one of them.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just people annoy her. And one of my other mates as well, he always says it.
What does he do with his time? Is he like a lone wolf that just thinks, what was he doing?
Smokes crack.
Oh, there you go. It's just, that's what I understand. We're at a, things like that, yeah? Like, if people annoy him, then he can just go to where there are no people. Like, we're part of a civilization, like that, whether you like it or not, like, we're part of a society. If you don't want to be on the grid, and you don't want to be annoyed by society, then just fuck off.
You can actually be a hermit.
Go to Sloth Island.
You can easily be a hermit, as in, like, fuck off to where there are no people, and live completely off the grid. But he still wants the people around him to bitch that he doesn't like people. Like, does that make sense?
And you can't fucking crack out in the bush.
Like,
No.
Society fucking irritates...
Buys an ounce.
Dude, society irritates the fuck
buries
out
it.
of me. The way we've come about, and shit that people prioritise, shit that we waste time on, like, we go about it every week. I get extremely irritated by society and its progression, its development. At the same time, in all my free time, I usually spend it with people. I rarely hole up in my house and just jerk off for fucking 5 days straight. You know, don't write manifestos about how I hate people. Like, does that make sense? I'm still part of society.
Yeah.
I like being part of society. You know, I reach out and, like, have coffees with friends and fucking make...
Don't get me wrong. Like, everyone gets pissed off with everybody. It's not a... like.
Yeah, we're going to step on each other's toes.
Look, if I'm at work here and guys are, like, moving cars in and out from the car wash, I tell them to get fucked. Like, and they look at me like this grumpy cunt. Like, well, no, you're stepping on my toes. Or, you just hate people. No, go fuck yourself. You've parked your car in front of my garage.
Fuck yourself.
You've parked your car in front of my fucking garage. Can you move your fucking vehicle? You know what I mean? They look at me probably like, oh, this cunt, like, just an angry, self-loathing, you know. No, I just want you to move your car. You know?
There's a difference between being a cunt and hating people.
That's right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just a cunt.
Not a hater.
Not a hater. I'm just a cunt.
No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That's why I'm asking, like, what kind of people are the people that you described as, like, not liking people and fucking... Like, do you know what I mean? That it really shits me, like... you work with these heads as well. If you want to talk about more stereotypes of heads that we've worked with. You know what I mean? There's, like I mentioned it before, there's always that one loner cunt that's not there to make mates. It's like, yeah, but you're choosing to work in a warehouse with like at least 100 other people.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get along with some people. Not everyone's here to do what you say.
A shit job to choose to live
Yeah.
up to, yeah.
Well, why don't you go do something? Go be a fucking meter reader. You know, literally don't have to have any interaction with anyone. You go scan your data and then upload the data to a network.
Do IT from home.
No, there are jobs, there are careers where you literally don't have to have
Parking
any interaction.
inspector.
Yeah.
No one likes parking inspectors. You might cop a beating every now and then, but
A beating.
Just for doing your job.
That's gone too far. I don't agree with that. When parking inspectors get beaten because...
No, that's their job.
That's their job. You shouldn't beat someone for their job.
Depends how they conduct themselves, though.
Parking inspectors that are complete fucking
Dicks.
blunt cunts and show no diplomacy.
Dude,
or
I've had parking inspectors come into a venue when I've had, like, setting up a wedding. They're like, is that your van? Like, yeah, he's like, man, he goes, can you move it? Because then I'll have to give you a ticket if you don't.
Yeah.
So he gives me a chance. Like, I've had a couple of good ones, especially with the van, because they know we're doing a job. It's not like we're, just parked in the middle of, like, a clearway zone and just,
Yeah.
I've had a lot of arsehole ones.
Yeah, there are a few fucking arsehole ones, man.
Yeah.
Above the law, they think they're coppers. Rent-a-cops. Not even rent-a-cops. They got nothing. They got a fucking pen to pen and a little RF scanning gun.
Yeah. But that's what they are. They're rent-a-cops.
Yeah.
But, a job's a job. But, again, like I said, it's the people that fucking hate people and make no attempt to mask it or, like, fit into society but still want to live in society.
But I still think parking inspectors hate society.
You reckon?
Some of them do, man. I've seen a few where it's like they don't give a shit, dude. Like, just real brutal. Like, it'll be like 3 pass, because I think you got 3 minutes to get to your car.
There's a cut-off, I know that.
And, like, mother-in-law.
Yeah.
She was 5 minutes over.
Yeah.
Went to her car, ticket. She's like, what are you kidding me? Like, I'm literally, like, I'm right here, I'm 5 minutes. Nah, fuck you. No.
Really?
Yeah, just real assholes, man.
Yeah, I've had a few like that as well,
That's
dude.
the thing,
Turn me
man.
off
We're
the
not
mark.
all on the atomic clock. I'm pretty sure a 5-minute discrepancy between my watch and your watch is fair. Like,
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Just like some common decency, like...
It's like, are you serious, dude? It's not like I was away for 5 hours. I was away, like, I'm a minute off the mark. The clock in my car says 3 o'clock. My time on my phone says 5 past, and your one says 10 past. Like, come on, man. We're talking about minutes. We're not talking about hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't park it here all day, parking.
I'm all right. I pumped in $8.50 for down the road.
Oh, the all-day parking?
All day parking.
You can just reuse it throughout the day.
Parking for fucking... That still does my head in, man. I've actually... Do you know anything about that? Like, in front of my building, cunts park too close to the driveway.
Oh.
So you're literally scraping the fucking... Because my car has to come out at an angle. But they park literally...
No, when I've come out of your place, and where the hotel is,
Yeah.
and you're trying to turn left onto the service road, literally, like, his ass boot is, like, away from the curve. It's actually in the driveway.
Well, I'm dealing with the same thing at my place.
Yeah.
It's like the company that's there, I won't say the company because it's right near my house, but their workers park in our court,
Yeah.
and they literally, like, overlap our driveway, so you got to, like, literally you have to, like...
What's the company name?
Nah, because...
What does it start with?
No.
I'll tell you after,
What do they
but,
do?
Leave them alone, man.
The thing is, right, where they park in my court, right, it's 2-hour parking, but they're there all day.
And there's no inspectors or anything?
Well, we think they've got a deal going with the ticket inspector.
I reckon they pay him off, and he leaves that court alone.
That's 100% what it is.
Yeah.
So
because on the times when they aren't working and I've had, like, friends come over, they get a ticket straight away. These guys sit there all day, dude, like, hanging over our driveway. That's just...
Do you have, like, resident permit, or it's not like that around
Okay.
there?
Dude.
Like, when your friends come over, can you give them a residence permit so they can...
It's just a court.
No, it's
Oh,
just a course.
it's just
It's in the suburbs. Resident permits are for more like
More
in the
CBD,
city,
yeah.
in the
And
CBD.
this particular business, they all decide to park in the court. So the whole way up the court, the whole way down, it's just like a line.
Cut all
of
their
cars.
tyres.
But they, like, it's literally...
That's the cunt in me.
Yeah.
Dude, it's literally, like, that far over my driveway, like 30 centimetres
That's
over my
fucked.
driveway.
That's pretty fucked.
And, like, my mum struggles. Like, she's old, so it's like trying to get out, and she's stressing out.
Once you got the gets.
The gets.
Yeah.
This is where I was going to bring it up. This
So
is where the
fucking annoying.
diplomatic side starts going with the anarchy side, right? Yesterday, Sunday, I had someone over doing a voiceover reel, right? So I recorded their voiceover reel, edited it, and as we went down to my car, they parked out on the street, down the service road. I said, all right, well, I'm booting anyway to go to Woolies. I'll drive you down to your car, right? So we've got into my car, I've hit the driveway, and someone has parked across the driveway, right? Like literally across the driveway, lights off, no hazards, just blocking me in. I'm like, this motherfucker. Gone out to the car, no nothing. Like, the car wasn't even running. If the car was running with hazards, I'd look around and see if I could find someone, yeah? I'm like, okay. There was a function going on at the hotel next door or whatever, and the street was filled. And there's always functions, and our service road just chucks up both sides, like la la la. So I took photos of the license plates, and then was going to start walking to the hotel to get them to fucking move it. My first thought was, should I just fucking let this cunt's tyres down? Seriously. Should I just let this cunt's tyres down right now?
Stabby, stabby.
As in, not slash his tyres, but I'll let the air out of 3 of his 4 tyres. Fuck him. He'll have to get a tow. He'll have to get a tow, or change 3 of his tyres with spares. That's the only way. Or
which you won't have.
Drive on flats to the servo just down the road, right?
Or a potato up the exhaust pipe. That would work.
That's serious malicious damage. If I let down the tyres, I didn't think, like, even in a court, that wouldn't really hold up. It'd just be like, well, fuck him. I'm teaching him a passive-aggressive lesson, right? I stood out there for a bit, talking to, like, my mate, like the client. So I'm sitting there chatting. And then eventually, this guy comes to move his car. Then I realised he was a guy standing in front of the building at the doorway, near the mailbox, just chatting to some dude. Like half an hour.
Watching you take photos of his car.
Yeah. Like, dude, you've seen me at your car. Just come and, you've seen my car parked there. Come and fucking move it. It's only because I didn't do anything more aggressive and I got lost in conversation for a second that he let it go.
Again, people just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. In that situation, would I be wrong to let the air out of his tyres?
No. Karma, bitch.
No, like, seriously, is that not karma?
Dude, he showed no, like, respect or thought of anybody, so fuck him.
Remember when I stopped in my driveway to get out to grab the mail, and that guy fucking said to me, move your fucking car or whatever, you're a cunt. I'm like, hang on, man. My car isn't it. I wasn't even driving my car. I was driving a car half the size of my car. It was fucking in the driveway.
To your building.
To my building, barely crossing over the footpath, and I was gone for literally 30 seconds.
And there was no one waiting.
And there's no one. This was car across the driveway, blocking anyone in and out of the
That's just rude.
Yeah. So I wouldn't throw a brick through his window, but just a little passive aggressiveness, if I can let the air out of his back tyre. I don't know. What would happen? Do you reckon I would go to
Maybe some shit on his door handle, maybe.
You're disgusting.
That'd be right.
Dump on his door handle.
Take a piss on his door handle.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying. What do you reckon would happen in court if that went to court or the cops?
You'd get a warning.
If I went to the cops, what would happen?
You'd get a warning.
You reckon?
If that.
Would they say to me, "You should have just called us"?
Well, and then you would have said, "Well, I thought that was a bit petty to waste police time to come out for a situation like that."
Yeah. I don't know. What do you reckon where do you reckon the argument stands on that? Do you reckon I'd be well within my right to do something it's non-destructive, as in if I let the air out of his back tyre, he'd be forced to change the tyre before moving.
See, with me, you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, I know, you're a malaka.
Because with me, I'd just damage something in his car.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, he saw you, yeah, and waiting. Like, he was waiting. He saw you. He knew you would, and what gives him the right to park there in the first place?
Yeah.
It wouldn't end well. Ask Johnny, he's more diplomatic.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You could probably get fucked up for doing it, to be honest, like vandalism and shit.
Do you reckon that's vandalism, letting the air out of someone's tyres? Really? Does that come under vandalism?
I think so.
Even in a matter of that, where they're doing something illegal, like parking across a driveway?
Yeah. Can't take the law into your own
But I
hands,
don't think they would come down hard on him. Because obviously the other guy's a cockhead. So I don't think that he might get a warning. Or a written, maybe like a probation or a behaviour bond or whatever.
That really pisses me off, because at the same time...
You probably have to go to court.
Just see that article?
He'd have to pay for his own.
Did you see that article I fucking shared to you guys last week after we finished? After we finished, or the day later, I can't remember.
Just reminded me as well. I fucking went through the drive car wash the other day in my Statesman. Had the aerial up, forgot to put it down.
Oh, no.
Snapped straight off there.
Oh, dude.
Full electric, so I don't have an aerial anymore.
You can't listen to Fox FM.
No, I can. It's just sometimes a bit shitty, like But yeah,
dude,
it's pretty fun.
Jailed upskirt teacher goes free on appeal bail.
Oh, yeah.
A Melbourne teacher who secretly filmed up the skirts of schoolgirls and their mothers during parent-teacher interviews.
I heard about that.
From court.
I heard about that.
After appealing his jail sentence.
I heard about that.
Upskirt, huh?
Upskirter, hey?
That's disgusting, man.
And he's like, no comment.
Upskirting teacher gets 3 years behind bars.
Yeah, and appeals.
And he appealed it. And... Here we go.
It wasn't me.
Dude, no, it was
Can't you read the camera? words me.
He walked from his bail.
Yeah, but he'd have some strict conditions, though, I reckon.
Like what?
No more upskirting.
Well, first he'd lose his job.
Refrain from upskirting,
He's
please.
never able to teach again. I'll put money on it. He won't be able to. He'll lose his license for teaching. They wouldn't let him teach again. He'd have to probably check into a cop station every fucking so often.
Show them his pictures,
Videos.
his picture folder.
Yeah, his new one.
No
Little black
upskirts.
book.
No upskirts. Look, I'm clean. No upskirts. You're a dumb cunt. You see this shit? Dude, this case has been going forever.
So, Jez,
Years.
did you get any upskirts today? No, mate, I'm not allowed. Don't fucking lie. All right, I'll check my other phone.
That's such a joke. I can't find the actual article. But he walked from upskirting. That's just... Dude, that's a mental
Do you
disease.
reckon he taped his phone to his shoe and just walked around like...
I don't know how they do it, with a pen or something, like a pen camera.
Oh, spy camera.
But dude, that, like...
Drops the pen.
Someone like that has walked free from jail.
Whoops.
Whereas Irish prosecution for letting the air out of someone's tyres who's fucking clearly antagonising, like, you know, doing something illegal to begin with.
But see, if you're going to go to prison, you're going to make it worth it.
Oh, he's in go on out.
Mate. Mate. If that's a jailable offence, I'm going to do some damage. It's not like... No shit. If you're going to let... So if they say to you, if you let the air out of his tyre, you're going to prison. All right. So how much more damage can I do for the same amount? Well, you can smash his window.
Degrees.
You could probably bust a rib. You could probably, like, do a few things.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think about prison a lot, man. I don't know about you guys.
I watch a lot of jail docos.
Yeah, I think about prison a lot. Like, probably more than I should be thinking about prison. Not because I'm aiming to get there.
You know what I think of? I think of how would I deal with it?
Yeah.
Like, how would I go in there? How would you, like you walk through the doors of prison and, you know, like, because you don't know what to expect. We don't know what to expect.
You really don't know.
No.
Like, there's that old cliche of like, oh, you know, when the cell door slams shut, you know, that's when I realised, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Dude.
As the judge brings down
The
his
second
gavel.
they take you from the courtroom in cuffs...
I'm going to jail, man.
Yeah, it's like you wave goodbye to your mother.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're not going to see her again for a while, you know?
It'd be an intense situation.
Especially like 5 to 6 years, you're going to prison.
Yeah, like...
Just knowing where you're going into a little cage.
Yeah.
Like, you're an animal now. You are literally
Right
an
in the
animal.
cage, let's say.
Spite on my rage.
But like, you don't know what to expect. It's fucked.
Dude, like... You think, like, we watch all the movies, yeah? Like, you can really only go by movies. and
Shawshank
docos.
Redemption.
No, but I watch a lot of prison.
Ass rape scene. Best scene
Blood
ever.
in, blood out.
I watch a lot of prison docos.
Yeah.
Like, legit. You know, the cameras are allowed access, and you go in
Yeah.
there and blah, blah, blah. And it's pretty fucked up, man. Like, everyone says, oh, it's all about rapage and shit. It's not. It's not like that. Unless you're flaunting your ass and you're going to be a bitch in there. It's different. No, I'm serious.
Look, there are different...
Just walk around with your ass cheeks open.
Depending
hey,
what
boys.
country you're in, that's going to make a big difference. All right, like if you're in Siberia, right, you're going to be fighting for like your life just to stay alive.
You're fighting for your own food.
Or the Philippines where they stack you on top of each other, as opposed to
Thailand.
Melbourne where it's like, you know, country club, out of Ararat.
Bangkok Hilton.
Bangkok Hilton.
Yeah, right?
Shit like that.
It's
That's
different.
prison.
But I don't know. I think about the isolation factor, the fact you're literally left to stare at a wall. Like,
It's a
ideally,
meditation.
you'd think they'd be left to stare at a wall, but they're not. They're given fucking TVs and access to laptops.
But that's when I think meditation comes into it as well. You've got to learn to control your own somehow. I don't know.
That's what, I can't understand, like, how minimum security prisons work. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, you get a guy that's done for fraud and embezzlement, yeah? He's not going to be in the same playpen as a guy that got done for a triple murder.
No, man, no.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
He gets weekend.
The mask.
Dude, he gets weekend releases, man.
Yeah. I'm picturing the mask of Hannibal Lecter. They got him propped up on the gurney.
Yeah.
What did he do? he robbed a milk bar.
Literally. Guy did a servo in it, like Dunkel.
Stole a chomp.
Put him in the,
Stole a chomp and a pack
put
of
him in the
smokes.
Hannibal Lecter suit. There's no contrast, man. Chalk
No.
and cheese. But it's like the guy, that NASA guy, or Nasser, I think is the US physician.
The dad attacked him in the court.
You didn't hear about it? This US physician, it was, what were they,
For the gymnasts. For the US Olympic gymnasts, man.
Yeah.
Female gymnasts.
Their physician had been molesting like fucking...
Years. And there was a father in court for the two of the girls, and he was all calm and shit. And he goes, well, Your Honour, I'd like to request something. And the Honour's like, yes, what would you like? He's like, I'd like 5 minutes alone with this guy in a room. And she's like, I'm sorry, so you know I can't do that. He's like, 2 minutes. 1 minute. It's bargaining. And he's like, no, I can't do that. He's like, well, then I'm going to have to do it right now. He runs.
Just charges at him.
Charges at him. And this guy cowered, dude. Like, security guards grabbed him. Cops tackled the father to the ground. Like, I'm going to do it right now. But you'd have the same reaction. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But that guy will get thrown into fucking prison.
Dude, his sentence is something ridiculous, like 105 years in jail. And the judge just kept throwing years on.
Yeah.
Like, for every victim, it's like, here's another 50 years, like, fuck you.
There's really like 4 life sentences.
But then they capture a guy that's, like, killed 8 people, like, in a church, and they just start questioning him, like, okay, where's he coming from? Is he mentally stable? Was he touched as a child? They're trying to find ways to bargain his way out of it.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious, man? He's a physician who, like, physically assaulted, numerous girls over, like, a couple decades. No brainer. He's in jail 105 years. He's a guy that picked up a high-powered assault rifle, mowed down a clergy. Let's figure out how to tackle this. It's like, are you fucking serious? Do you know what I mean?
Let's really break this one down.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Then you got the father of one of the victims saying, I want 2 minutes alone with this guy, and then just lunges at the guy trying to take him out, and security jump on him. like shit, man. They jump on him like the fucking mob squad. But then, like, the guy that's in the theatre blowing people away, they're just, like, standing outside waiting for the right time to go in and, like, disable the fucking, the assailant. What's wrong with you?
Have you seen what this guy looks like?
The physician?
Yeah.
Nah.
Dude, he looks like a mixture of Woody Allen and who else would you say? Who's that?
I'll tell you when I look at it.
Woody Allen and...
Bob Saget,
but there's someone else.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, that's another one.
Dude, it looks like Bob Saget.
But who's that other pedophile?
I don't know. It's fucking
That looks like that.
Who?
I'll find it.
Dude, that's Bob Saget. Literally, we need a picture of Bob Saget in the Hannibal Lecter mask.
Done.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
That actually irritated me about I think was it Fox and News? They were talking about the Vegas shooter, and they're like, this guy wasn't a religious militant, he wasn't a serial pest or sex offender. They said some shit like they'd gone at CNBC and like CNN for politicizing, shooters, massacres and stuff like that. And then they were asking not to politicize what was his name? The Vegas shooter, Steve, Paddock. But they went on about, how can we hate this guy? There was nothing actually wrong with him. He wasn't like a hell-bent, anarchist or anything. How can we hate him? And it's like, dude, the guy killed 57 people. What more do you need in order to hate this man? But they were like still trying to angle it, like soften it, like as in, we're so baffled, like how are we meant to tackle this? He's not a religious nut. He's not this, he's not that. It's like, dude, he was just a fuckwit that killed 57 people. What more do you need to paint a fucking picture of insanity?
I'd say psychopath.
Yeah, no shit. Like, dude, you don't just snap and kill 57 people in a drive-by. Like, I lose my shit all the time. But to physically go through the events of that, knowing full well what you're doing. You know what I mean?
So this is what his sentences was, right?
Dude, you've seen Falling Down with Michael Douglas. It happens.
Yeah. He didn't kill anyone, though.
Didn't he?
He killed the Nazi in self-defense. Who else did he kill? No one.
There are a couple of bodies. Oh.
No, dude, the Mexicans killed themselves. When they went through the drive-by and he's just standing there.
Yeah.
And they lost control of the vehicle.
He just stands there, doesn't he?
He's just standing there.
Yeah, that's right.
Bullets whiz past him and eventually just picks up a bag. Literally.
So this guy, Larry Nassar, right, 60 years in prison, right? But then, he goes, his earliest possible release is March 2069. But then, once he gets released, he has to go to state prison for 175 years. So I'm pretty sure he's not getting out.
You know what gets me? The rambling manifesto of, like, all these shooters. Have you looked into, like, shooters? Like, because, think about it, mass shootings...
McGavin?
Who?
Shooter McGavin.
You're a dickhead.
Talking about McGavin.
Shooter!
But you Shooter McGavin. I'm just picturing McDonald's face.
Oh, yeah.
What a sick cut, man. Shooter. I saw two bikers in the woods having sex. Hey, I meant the chip. I love it, man. I love how he's all calm. He's talking to that guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm really coming." Well, I'm not, Doug.
Best
He
character.
goes nuts. No. Dude, school shootings and mad massacres like that, they really only became, not popularized, but they only really became, like,
Recurrent.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent since Columbine. Columbine was probably the first big one. I'm not saying there weren't shootings before that.
It was the
Columbine
most,
put
it
them
was
on
the
the
most
map.
exposed and televised.
Most exposed televised one, you know, with the CCTV footage of like them in the school, and like everyone knew that shit, yeah? And then it just started becoming more, like you'd see it in the news all the time, right? Fucking, have you read the manifestos of some of these people? Do you ever see the goth guy? He was really, dude, he probably stuck out the most in contrast to everyone else. There was a goth guy, he was from Quebec, I think. Somewhere in Ontario, like somewhere in Canada. Look it up, dude. Just look up goth, math shooter, Canada. It was like 99, 2001. I can't remember. Dude, it's fucked because the descriptions of these individuals, especially when they're school shootings, they all released.
2006?
Maybe. Just look at his photo.
Dawson College shooting.
I need to see his photo. Once I see his photo, I'll tell you 100% if it's him. Like, it's stuck. I've gone back. Here, I can look it up. I've gone back to this guy over and over and over again, just trying to get my head into this guy's world. Canada school shooting goth. I should bring it up.
Was it this guy?
Yeah, that's him. Kim V. Gill. Sing.
It looks like Jersey Shore.
Dude,
He does.
Basically, his background,
Paulie D or whatever.
he killed one student, wounded 19 before committing suicide. He had a fascination with 9/11 conspiracy theories, the Iraq War, Columbine high school massacre. Yeah?
Ultra.
He was remembered by teachers as quiet and unassuming. Despite early media reports, he performed well academically. Most students remembering him as having friends and certainly never being bullied. Right? He was in some college and then he dropped out. He received military training, yada, yada, yada. He told his friends he wanted to become a mercenary. He didn't complete his basic training. For unknown reasons, he was deemed unsuitable for military service, and then he was voluntarily discharged. He was part of a rifle club, blah, 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 like, you know, standard shit. He was described as a quiet, nice, sensitive, generous person, as well as the nicest, gentlest person with a heart of gold. Yeah?
When do they turn down people for the military?
No.
Seriously.
Dude, I got turned down.
Really? Did you go for it?
Yeah, but it was a non-combat role. Based on my sciatica issues. Dude, I'd gone for a logistics munition role. And then they, after I sat all my testing, and they're like, you performed really well. You should be, given your interests and your background, you should be in, basically the day I went in for my test, yeah? This was a couple of years ago. I went in for my test, sat the IQ test, sat all that shit, and they were like, yeah, you performed really, really well. Forget munitions. Like, they were like, yeah, forget munition supply. That's a joke. They had an active, like, fucking some sort of commander, like some higher level dude was there, right? Like, you know, served these stripes and shit. And he was overseeing the training of, like, the people that were interviewing me. And he said, he goes, look, based on my experience, based on what your interests are and what your particular skills are, like the fact that, you know, I can speak 2 languages, I have an interest in languages, traveling, you know, I know about A, B, and C, I'm into world politics and shit and history. He's like, you should go for a counterintelligence role. I'm like, what, are you serious? He's like, yeah. He goes, I'm putting you forward for a counterintelligence role. And then I failed because of my sciatica from like fucking 10 years ago. You won't be able to handle the, you're going to be a liability when it comes to the basic training. Like, dude, I work a rigorous job. I go to the gym, I play futsal. Like, are you serious? I'm clearly fine. Like, you need to prove that your health is, you know, beyond capacity. I'm like, number one, if I could afford to pay for fucking radio, scans and shit and MRIs, I wouldn't be looking for a job in the military. Number two, have you seen the state of like some of our our reserve? You seen the state of some of the cops? It's disgusting. They all pass basic training. They're fine. Guy's going to have a heart attack if he runs 3 laps of the fucking
Literally.
But I failed based on sciatica issues from 10 years ago.
Because you're a wog.
But
What? It was just like you wrote it down. That you had...
me the idiot put it down. I cited my injury list. I said that I had tendonitis because I got eye tested. I told you about that. I did that government grade eye test and I failed colour blindness. I'm legally colourblind on their charts. Yeah. The guy, their commanding dude was like, yeah, nah, you come as, you're based on your testing and shit, you're pretty intelligent. I want to put you in a counterintelligence position. But nah, because of my sciatica from 10 years ago.
Too bad you've got a sensitive nerve.
Yeah. Literally, dude.
Seriously, dude.
Yeah, no, that's fucked. But dude, this, taking it back to this guy, this, school shooter, dude, his manifesto, he was on Vampire Freaks, right? It's some website. You ever seen it? Yeah. He's either got like a Beretta Storm or a fucking semi-automatic carbine. He's pointing at the cameras in his long black trench coat, combat boots. You know what I mean?
Seems like a drastic change. Like, he was a lovable dude at school, had friends, and he's just this dark, dude loving guns. Like, that's weird.
Kim Veer-Gill. I've got to fucking read this. Dude, his manifesto.
No, it said possible motives. Depression. You know, it's...
Yeah.
But I get depressed, but I'm not going to go blow anyone away.
Dude, me too. Like, I've been dealing with that shit for years. I'm trying to find it, man. There used to be a website where you could get literally his entire manifesto. It was so disillusioned. Like, some of the shit that came out was just, the shooting dossier, cell phone video. Fuck, I never saw this. Oh, I can't find it. The fucking quotes. He had this whole thing. And his likes and interests on that Vampire Freaks. Actually, that's what I need to find. Vampire Freaks.
You have to sign in. What
do you mean? No, there should be a mirror of it. Vampire Freaks.
Just create a quick account and you hold that knife that Tromwin has. point it at the phone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. That would get you in straight away. That thing, that blade.
Flop your schlong out of your flyer, hold the blade up.
You in? Vampire Freaks is just a forum of fucking goth heads. Oh, yeah, here we go. Hang on.
Dark Dim.
Dark Dim.
Yeah, that could be your name. Dark Dim 23.
Yeah. Dude, you should see some of his his posts. They're just fucked. How can they? I'm tired of hearing about goth and emo people being picked on just because of the way they look or dress. It's not right. It's not fair. Dude, where the fuck is it? Hang on. Oh, dude, there's just nutty manifestos and postings. It's just like, come on.
Does it even make sense, like his sentences?
Ramblings.
It's just ramblings, yeah. Literally ramblings, man. I can't find it. He just went on about jocks and goths. Then there was that Korean guy. Okay, I've brought it up before. There was another Korean guy that had a shooting, and he posted the same photos of him holding double pistols, put up a ranting manifesto, then sent it to media, and he's going on about jocks, picking on people, and blah, 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 blah. But, that Vampire Freaks profile used to freak me out. I'm like, hang on. Is anyone monitoring this shit?
You could stop them, just go onto this site and look. There's a bunch of psychos here.
Someone clearly, would you report something like that? I mean, think about it, yeah? If you saw a guy you went to school with...
If it was at my school...
Yeah, or you worked with or whatever, and you saw, a post go up of some insane ranting and fucking...
You'd be worried.
I don't like to be a rat, but I don't want to die as well.
At the same time, yeah, how shit would you feel?
I'm not a grass.
Yeah, like that guy with the paddock thing, yeah? He shot... The guy that sold him all the ammunition didn't have any reason to think this guy was, nutty. But the guy...
Apart from the fact that he sold him a whole arsenal of army
They tried
weapons.
to link him, yeah. They tried to link that guy with Paddock, right? He's like, oh, he came and saw you, he bought, how many rounds and shit. He's like, yeah, but he came over a period of a month or two or whatever. Because I stocked the guy, I spoke to the guy, 3 times. What was I meant to do? And then, because of that, he shut his shop because I can't physically fight.
Feels guilty.
Yeah, he feels guilty. You know what I mean? That's the thing. If you saw someone ranting and raving some dangerous shit like that on a blog or a Facey post or some shit, would you in your good conscience fucking turn him in? Would you contact authorities and say, this cunt's fucked? Read that.
Well, because he could kill a friend of yours, could kill a relative of yours, could kill anything.
How shit would you feel if you got up and then the girl next door got shot because this guy went nuts?
That's all real shit.
Yeah. As in...
it's not your fault directly, because it could have happened regardless.
Yeah. But as a sense of responsibility...
Yeah. But you don't think people are actually going to do that shit? Especially someone you know? It just seems so, not,
But do you
surreal.
really know them, Bobby?
I don't know, man. I just can't imagine blowing a bunch of people away, like, innocent. Like, it's just like the most insane thing, like, the mentality behind it.
That's you, dude.
Yeah, that's me, but, like, this guy was normal for his whole life. Like, his brother said he was normal, he got along great, like...
Could have been a persona, man.
But for that long, and then just, like, I just don't understand it,
Kids
dude.
get influenced very easily. He was young, he wasn't old.
I was talking about that paddock guy,
He was 25, yeah? So, it was 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, 25?
Yeah,
you know what's going on.
But
You're
from
like
a teenager, who knows, like... And he's come from an Indian background, strict Indian background. Yeah? They're not going to pick up on things that happen, like, you know, like... Do you know what I'm trying to say, though? Like, they're very strict background. I've got depression, whatever. Or... Whatever. I'm not making excuses for him. He's like a piece of shit. But, like... do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, no one knows the mind of...
Yeah.
And the mind is a very complex fucking thing, dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, to get to that point, like...
Yeah, you have to be... when you cross that line of no return,
dude,
that's it.
Just going to get the weapons, knowing you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, and just... Like, I just cannot fathom it. Like, it's just so just mind-bending to me.
Normal people like you and Dim... Oh, and me. No. But, like, yeah, it's... Once you cross that line, that divide, that's it.
Like, I just...
And had no hesitation in shooting himself.
I do that a lot, dude. Like, I try and just think about, like, the mindset. But you just can't because... Like,
Your brain won't let you go there.
Like, dude, imagine, like, what they must just be thinking and shit. Like,
yeah. I can't even, because it's not in my
up,
psyche. It's not in my... You know? It's fucked up.
It really is.
Like, I'd happily stab or kill an intruder.
Yeah, I'd baseball bat an intruder over the head.
Yeah, but not an innocent person.
No, just
anyone...
walk into a school and mow down a bunch of kids.
That's weird. It's
like,
gutless.
what is that?
That's gutless. It's gutless. You're trying to make a name for yourself.
Is that what it is? Like, why choose kids, like, in a school? Like,
it's easy. It's easy.
It's easy.
Like a fish in a barrel.
You think you drop them in at like a fucking... what's it called? Like a marine training camp?
Yeah.
You think these shooters would ever fucking walk into a marine training camp loaded?
Oh,
or would be like Paddock and just stand fucking 30 stories up with high-powered rifles and just pick people apart?
Just weak.
Do you know
weak
what I mean?
individuals.
It's like... and it's like the bully that always picks on younger, smaller victims. They don't pick the biggest guy in the yard. Like with the prison theory, right? I can't remember who it was. Was it Chopper?
You walk in there and you go for the biggest cunt there.
You pick the biggest guy there and fucking make him your bitch in the first 5 minutes so people know you're not someone to fuck with. You know what I mean? You don't just... And like literally, as in the extreme prison sense. I've read that so many times. Pick the biggest guy and just fucking... Just go after him. You know what I mean? But like these shooters, if they walked into like a military base and started firing, fuck off, man. They'd be dropped in 5 minutes. They might take one or two guys out, like, you know, on the quiet, then... You got Marines standing around with high-powered rifles. They're going to fuck around. You'd be dead.
That's why he chose the easy option.
That's what I'm saying. And when they get glorified...
festivals...
Yeah.
All that kind of shit.
It's just like almost uncomprehendable. Like, just, I can't...
Yeah,
like
because it's totally detached from reality, man.
It's so fucked up, dude. Like, it's just bizarre.
I know.
Really,
I know.
It's really
I don't mean to bring it on a downer. But then I started thinking about, like, that fight or flight shit, you know, and just, like, with the whole, like, air tasker thing, right? Like, we're going back to personal levels. Like, I've called Ubers a lot, especially, like, with the car, you know, being off the road. And we've been talking with these Uber drivers, and it's like, it's great to have this personal, fucking one-on-one sort of interaction thing with another human being who's just doing his job, and we're both in the same boat. I just want to get somewhere, and he just wants to do his fucking, make his money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, like, you know,
no fuss, no muss.
Yeah. And then when corporations start taking that task on, start charging a premium, start making it faceless, and then you're part of the machine. Like us at work, we're just fucking robots. That's the whole point of casual labor. They took it away, they took the personalization away and just made you part of a big fucking machine that serves no purpose other than to, like, just keep making money for someone else.
You're just a small cog.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's weird. And, like, and then when you consider everything we've talked about, because we're nearly at 2 years, yeah? This podcast has nearly clicked over. Yeah. I've been starting to think about, like, the last episodes because we've got to start making the best of season 2 or whatever. And then I thought about how, like, the guy that we know, how he said, you know, they should just make one definitive rule and blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, society, if you look at society's pages of history, the wheels have fucking changed like 100 times over. you know, invasions, outsiders invading and blah, blah, blah. And then like the history books getting rewritten and governments changing hands and like just the way we do shit. You know what I mean? Eventually it keeps having a snowball across and like the new way will come in. There'll be a little teething period. That's what I meant to say before, teething. And then we just carry on to the next sort of thing. You know what I mean? There's always a teething period, whether it's with government, whether it's with rules, regulations, policies.
An evolution. Constant evolution.
You go to extremes and then you bring it back again, you know, and then you figure out where it fits. You know, we allow, you know, 80 years ago, 50 years ago, man, the South was still segregated. White Australia policy in Australia was technically still written until the 70s. Like, that was 40, 50 years ago. That's not there anymore, but we just keep going to extremes now and just, you over-police because there's a panic reaction to something, then you go back and then start scaling back and then you figure out the happy medium. Like, does that make sense? At what point do you reckon... And remember, this is the thing, you look in society's history, these changes happen over like hundreds of years, whereas we're that arrogant now to think that what we're doing right now is the most important thing in the world and it's the only thing that's ever going to happen. As in, us for us.
That's how we've been made now.
Hence, the selfie.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Hence Instagram. Models.
Yeah.
Hence
Instagram models. Hence fucking all this shit.
Yeah.
We're so obsessed with our own fucking...
Vain.
Yeah, just
so
vanity.
Oh.
Like, we're trying to make our stamp in history, and we think our stamp in history is going to be 1,000
It's going to be the
selfies.
long-lasting fucking...
Yeah, it's going to be the oracles. It's going to be read through the oracles of time. They're making games about Egypt, Assassin's Creed, where Alexander the Great and Ptolemy and all these dudes that literally existed fucking 2,500 years ago are appearing in video games.
Pretty sure they didn't have selfies.
Yeah, they didn't have selfies. They didn't have half the technology to get known.
Alexander the Great on a horse. Smart, boys!
But that's my point. Like, dude, like Alexander the Great, like to use him as the example, right?
Yeah.
He went from Macedonia, northern Greece, and got his word and his language and culture out as far as Egypt and India. And it's still there today, like 2,500 years later.
There's a lot of places called Alexandria.
Right?
That's because of him.
But these people become viral. Did you see the kid from the Super Bowl? Fuck me!
Or that one little
if
kid
you want personification of just how fucking stupid we are, there was a kid that took a selfie with JT.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, he was dancing in the Super Bowl audience. JT's come over singing, and he's motioning the kid to get his phone out and, like, take a selfie. So he's taken one. Then all these memes popped out up on the net. Because he was a young kid, he had braces. He's probably, like, 14 years old or 13. Like, look him up. And then all these memes came up of him, like, there's a photo of him, like, texting, yeah, like, right after the selfie. And there's a photo of him, like, on his phone. And he's texting some shit, like, Googling, like, who is Justin Timberlake? Like, he doesn't know. Like, we know who JT is. We grew up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what does a 13-year-old kid know who the fuck JT is?
Yeah, it'd be no idea.
That kid.
Okay.
Right? What's his name? What's his details? Like, I can't believe I'm actually Googling it to find out who the fuck this kid is.
Yeah, he does not look like he knows what the fuck's
No,
going on.
man. He's just a guy, an old man singing.
A dirty old man coming near me.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks like should be on Beavis and Butthead.
Dude.
Justin.
Dude. Justin Timberlake halftime selfie kid speaks. I just went for it.
Dude, at work yesterday, I was on Smoko. Koshi was interviewing him.
The kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me, Sonny, how did it feel to be next to Justin Timberlake?
Was it Koshi or Larry Emger? One of them. I can't remember who it was.
That must have felt pretty special,
They got the footage of the cunt like a day later, and they were interviewing him. Like, the kid who fucking got into the selfie with Justin Timberlake.
Brush with fame.
How do you feel, mate?
Tell us what it was like.
Dude, this is who we're interviewing?
Well, you saw it on the video.
Did you see the American?
He came over and I took a photo.
Dude, while Trump was giving his speech in Ohio or Iowa somewhere, he was talking up his tax cuts and, like, reforms. At the same time, multiple news sources were cross-feeding to the U.S. market report, like, as in on the, like, live fucking report coming in from Wall Street. Stocks plummeted to, like, record lows yesterday. They basically lost all the ground they'd made in 2017. Like, that's something that's more relevant. You know, get some sort of fucking financial analyst and interview him.
Dude,
no, we're crossing to the kid that took a selfie with
Justin Timberlake.
Are you ready to, like, die? Straight die. Like, there's no going about it, right?
Yeah.
So I just jumped on his Instagram. He
Yeah.
opened an Instagram up. Yeah, he's got 3 photos and he's already got 110,000 followers. Right? He's following one person, Justin Timberlake. Right? Obviously. So he's got that photo.
Okay.
Then he's got that photo,
The actual selfie.
the actual selfie, and then he's got this photo, and the kid looks really creepy. But anyway, so it says, "Thanks for having me. Good morning, America. Soon to be on Ellen." That is what's wrong with this fucking society. Go fuck yourself. I'm done.
Seriously, man.
I'm done. I'm fucking done.
But if you want to talk about what's happening in the world today, because, like, dude, people don't.
Fucked.
A lot of people tune into our podcast because
Stupid
they don't
cunts.
follow the news themselves,
Yeah.
right? We follow the news to a degree.
So, are you a Make-A-Wish kid?
Dude, of all the things going on in the world tonight, you got the Brexit thing, you got Kim Jong-un on the brink, you got
Dude, Barnaby Joyce just had a kid with a 33-year-old lover.
yeah.
He separated from his wife last year because they disagreed on the same-sex marriage. He hooked up with a former office staffer and got her knocked up. That's more news than that.
Dude,
Barnaby Joyce looks like a fucking rotten tomato.
He's disgusting.
US finance from Wall Street hits all-time low.
The Trump speech,
Trump,
everything.
the whole collusion investigation that's happening right now. That's
Elon Musk just launched a rocket into space today. A car. He launched a car, man. A rocket car into space.
Then there's also that mob that launched a big spherical mirror ball into space.
Yes.
And they're saying that it's going to be considered like space graffiti.
But no, Ryan McKenna took a photo with JT and he's going to be on Ellen.
And he's been interviewed.
Just like pure random luck. Like he just came over and
He's
took it.
going to
Like,
be on Ellen. To do what?
what can he possibly say? It was great.
Ellen,
when he was next to me.
Ellen, I was bringing sexy
He
back.
walked over and it was awesome.
He didn't even know who he was. No, but do you know what I mean?
Fucking stupid, dude.
His
selfies.
Instagram now, it says Super Bowl with fire.
He's got 100,000 followers.
110.
For what?
And one...
For what? Dude, I looked up
Actually,
Fuck everybody that followed him.
let me have a quick look and see what celebrities are following, because that would be interesting.
What do you mean celebrities?
What celebrities are following him?
Oh, who are following him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's insane, right? You look at that stamp in time, you look at history, yeah? All I can picture is a selfie. It's weird, man, because, after 9/11, right? The whole, terrorism has existed forever, right? Terrorism has existed forever, but after 9/11, it became mainstream to the point where...
Had the buzzword.
Yeah, and it had the agenda behind it, yes.
This
and
kid's going to become an actor now.
Yeah, it fueled everything. It fueled fucking everything, right? But then, I try to think of shit that's happened since 9/11. A lot of stuff has happened, in the world, monumental shit, groundbreaking shit. Dude, they cloned a fucking... What did they clone the other day? A primate.
Yeah.
A fucking monkey. It was an orangutan. Or they cloned some primate, and it was, groundbreaking because it's the closest thing to human beings that we've, And that's what I said at the last podcast, how... In many ways, we're so arrogant. We're at the top of the chain, but then, we have to put ourselves at the bottom of the food chain and protect the fucking animals and protect all that sort of shit, right?
Yeah.
We're completely lost as to where our place in fucking the universe, where our place is. Because 1 minute we're very special, unique beings, and everyone deserves 100,000 followers on Instagram. At the second place, we're no better than dogs. We should be eating out of fucking, fucking plates on the floor because we're useless, and we have to protect the species of animals. Dude, this is society. This is evolution. It will keep going. That's just the way it is. Something will come up. Something will disappear.
I'm going to show you something.
Wrong.
Just...
What?
This is his interview with Good Morning America. He goes, Justin Timberlake was coming, and I just jumped in there. It was crazy. Got my phone. It's awesome. You know what? I'm done.
Pretty much what you expect
Podcast
from
finished. Duke leverage. That's fucked. Overnight, the kid gets 110,000 followers because he took a selfie.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. That's the problem.
Go fuck yourself.
That is the problem with society.
Yeah.
We're all fucking sheep,
We're
man.
in the first week of February, man.
Jesus Christ.
We're in the
Is he the
first
flavour
week
of the
of
month
February.
now? He's the flavour of the month.
Dude, you want to talk about
The week.
Dude, there are whistleblowers. There are whistleblowers trying to call out corporations and shit like that. There are people curing fucking diseases, doing massive things. Dude, whatever. This kid has now got 100,000 followers. For taking a fucking selfie with someone who barely even knows
Instant
exists.
fame from nothing.
For what?
That's fucked.
Like
That's fucked.
Catch Me Outside. How about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happened to her? Blown out of the wait till she's 18, she can start doing porn, and then, maybe she'll pop up again. Like, literally. But, dude, you couldn't turn a fucking TV on without seeing a stupid face.
She was huge, dude.
Yeah.
And now she got her own...
Brought a song out, too.
Dude, she's got her own clothing label. And it's making money.
You want to shit me? That whole fucking...
She's like mentored by the Kardashians.
dude, the whole Sophie
fucked.
Monk
Yeah,
thing.
that's who you want as your mentor.
Dude, the whole Sophie Monk thing, with the relationship ending with that Stu fucking, what's his name, right? I flicked open the news, like news.com or something the other day, yesterday morning, and literally the first three headlines, something about I think the Russian collusion thing, something about, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, Mundine explodes or some shit. And then the other thing was about Sophie Monk hosting Love Island.
Love Island?
Yeah.
So she couldn't make it on as a contestant. She's going to host one now.
Yeah, her relationship lasted fucking 6 months, and they're still milking it out for what it is. And now she's going to be hosting some other shit.
Let's do another one, even a shittier one.
But that's what I'm saying. Are we just going to... Is this just going to keep going? At some point, it's going to crash, right? Like, it has to. Do you reckon it's going to get worse and worse?
Fucking worse. It's going to get worse and worse.
You reckon?
Mate, I'm telling you.
Seriously?
I'm not even joking. It's going to get worse.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Dead set. I'm telling you, it's going to get worse. Everyone's going to get more vain. Everyone's going to get... You know what? It's going into a black fucking hole. Maybe that's the global warming. Society. Going into a black hole. Think about that one.
At what point are people going to be that out of touch of, like, what the fuck's going on around them? Where it's literally just going to be, like, cunts at the top spoon-feeding pellets into a machine, and everyone just runs around killing each other to get them. Like, it's already like that. When you look at... The guy from
Hunger
Nestle,
Games, man.
There's a better one than Hunger Games.
Yeah. I've never watched Hunger Games, I'm just saying.
Because there's that guy from Nestle that's starting to cop a lot of flack. He's the guy that said that water isn't a human right.
The Purge.
Really?
You heard of The Purge?
No, never.
Dude, you've never heard of The Purge?
No, man.
So it's like... They have this one day in a year...
What do you mean you've never heard of the Purge?
One day in a year, right, the government allows everybody, free for all, no laws, you can kill whoever you want, do whatever you want.
Is it a movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Purge, huh?
Very interesting.
I'll look it up. I'll
It's
watch
really
it.
interesting.
Dude, what would you do? If you were in the Purge moment, yeah? What would you do for that day? You know what I would do? I'd ask the question, do I get paid like it's a normal day? That's my first question.
Will this get taken off my annual holiday?
Yeah, no, I don't have annual leave. I would ask, do I get paid like it's a normal day? So, or do I have to find another income? Or do I have to go back to work because I can't take a day off?
Sorry, I can't watch that movie. It's got Ethan Hawke. I fucking hate that.
He's only in the first one.
Oh, fuck, I hate that cunt, man.
No. I'd honestly ask that question. If they said to me, if the government said, yeah, we'll put $20 in your bank account, you'll be fine to take the day off. Okay. You know what I would do? Well, if it's summer, I would drive my car to a basketball court and just shoot around and listen to music
Till
for a
someone
while.
snipes you from the rooftop.
Yeah, suddenly, apparently, everyone who has a free-for-all now has access to high-powered rifles and knows how to use them. Like everyone's a trained assassin and a trained commando. It's hard to fire a rifle.
You would get more people shooting themselves than you would killing people.
What would you have?
That actually happens a lot.
Literally, cunts would end up shooting themselves. Like, seriously. Most people are genuinely good. If your neighbour on these purge days goes nuts and starts shooting everyone, someone would take him out and everyone would just look at him like that cunt was fucked.
Yeah.
And everyone would just carry on the rest of the day. No one would, the first thing isn't to grab arms and start blowing people away. Like, what for?
Well, there are a lot of fucked up people around that are just...
People don't go hunting because they find it inhumane, but their first call, like, that's the thing. A lot of these idiots are like, I'd fucking blow away everyone. Really? Have you ever gone hunting?
Have you ever shot an animal?
Have you ever shot a gun? No. But in that moment, they're going to be fucking trained commandos ready to, like, take everyone out.
Wow!
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Just down with the sickness.
People are delusional, man.
Anyway.
I've got no idea. Anyway, I've got a boot.
Yeah, man, you got like...
Yeah, I got like 5 minutes.
So, good potty. It's a bit hot in here, man.
It's fucking warm, man.
It's moist.
It's very moist, man.
It's moist in here.
Oh, you didn't bring the scarf, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. I'll mail everything out.
Moist madness.
Does someone else want to do it? No, I'm happy for someone else to do it. Ooh. Did you bring the ciggies? You haven't got ciggies.
How cool is this scarf? I like it. Look, it just looks cool, I reckon.
Collingwood
How
scarf.
dare
like-
you? What's wrong with you?
No, just the way it's
Yeah, the actual design of it.
like 8-bit-ish almost.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love how, like, this is going out to Jock, you know, because we said it, like, nearly 2 years ago that we're going to send him a Melbourne starter pack. I love, to be a real Melburnian, you get a can of VB, a Mikey cut, half a pack of smokes, and a Collingwood scarf.
Has to be
That
Collingwood.
makes him Melburnian.
Nah, we'll get him a full pack. I'll just buy him a JPS or something.
Cheapest.
Horizon.
Oh.
Horizon.
Super Kings.
No, but not the long ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway, we've got to get that mailed out. Unless, do you want to do it? If you've got time?
Yeah, you got.
All you got to do is just take that shit, put it in a box, and send it. Can you? Cool. Save me from doing one thing.
just give me Clark's address.
Yeah. I'll give you everything. Sweet. Yeah. Thanks to everyone that's still anyone that wants stickers and that sort of shit. Let us know. Blah 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 blah. Please keep liking, sharing. Our listeners. Last month was the most listens we've had since we started this podcast.
So thank you.
Yeah. At January was like a full month, like literally the highest it peaked out. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And actually, I think we've been monitoring it wrong as well. I think we've actually got double the listeners that SoundCloud app brings up.
We've sold ourselves short.
Yeah, we have. Because I saw some other numbers on that thing. When you log into a website or something that's also an app, but on the website on a computer they've actually got more sections and shit where the app is like a streamlined version or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the computer version had all these other numbers there which I ignored previously. So I'm going to do a bit more research. You know, I actually think our listeners are actually double than what we actually think it is.
Love.
Yeah.
Lots of listens from San Francisco.
Yeah, dude, every week.
You know why?
Whoever's in San Fran.
I love San Fran, man. I love the place San Francisco.
San Fran actually has more listens like Sydney.
Good. Fuck Sydney. You know I don't like Sydney.
I'm not even joking. That's legit. That is actually legit.
And the cool thing is we've been to San Fran,
dude,
and I love that place
Every
man.
week, San Francisco.
yeah, San Francisco's
And if anyone from San Fran can actually write in and tell us like which part of San Fran, because me and Dimmy went to a restaurant once in San Fran. There was like a Chinese restaurant, and there was a fucking cat walking around in there.
Yeah, this guy's face.
So we were so hungry, man. Like,
Dude, it was after midnight. It was like,
and we were
12:30.
drinking Tsingtao.
Yeah, we were fucking starving. We went into this Chinese restaurant on the top. It was on top of
Yeah.
like a club or a house or
Yeah.
something. And we're just sitting there and we're looking at the menus and this guy's like, what are you ordering? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, what beer? And I said, we should get Tsingtao beer. Okay, me and Malacca had it like ages ago. And as we're reading the menu, this cat just walks around our feet. I look up, I look at this guy's face. He just dropped. Just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm just hungry.
This cat walking around the restaurant, man.
But I love
That's
honestly though, I love San Fran. San Fran was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
San Fran was fantastic because it reminded me a lot of Melbourne, and that's where this guy went and got a real coffee. 'Cause nowhere else in America could we get a real fucking coffee.
Maybe that's why they can relate to us a little bit.
Dude, we had the first piece of fruit and coffee we had was in San Fran. We were in America for like 4 weeks.
But there's a lot of hipster podcast culture in San Fran, isn't there? I'm pretty
Think
sure.
so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, I'll get a boot.
All right.
Thanks everyone. Keep liking, sharing, following, subscribing.
Leverage out.